Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for being here. And please welcome. Okay, because I'm waiting for the notice to pop, but I do see we're live. But please welcome Teri Lee. Teri Lee is here,
Thank you.
and pure visionary psychic medium, and all of her links are listed below. So go over and subscribe.
Thank you, Gerald.
You're welcome. Go ahead. We'll wait.
Just a few minutes.
hmm Come on, people. Make that happen. Make that happen. So, but, and look who is here with me, the lovely 35-year-old Ben, who has agreed to join me. So thank you, Ben.
You're welcome. It's great to be on about the fourth time this week.
Hasn't been that much. Teri, it's not like we're connected or anything like that. It's just like, oh my gosh.
I can't give away from you, Gerald. That's what it is. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. Teri, weigh in on that. What do you think about what Ben said?
Well,
Yeah, well played, by the way. Yes. Well, this is a lovely casual, and as I said, we are with Teri Lee, pure visionary psychic medium, and y'all know the casual format, so we're going to get to know Teri. She's going to ask us questions as well,
indeed.
and then if we have time, we may do some readings for people. So let's say hi to some people.
Absolutely.
Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. Jamie is here, and I see the notice just popped. Ron from Unconditional Love is here, and Ron is hosting you on Friday on his channel, correct?
That's correct. Yes.
So that's wonderful.
Hi, Ron. I always say when I have a show and I see Ron, I know everything's going to be okay.
Yes. Yes.
Everything okay.
Mm-hmm. Purple Elephant, Deb H is here.
Deb.
Aspasia Rising, Beth is here. Hello. Nate's Tarot is here. Hello, Nate. And Nate just popped a video up earlier today. He got a copy of a Lenormand deck, a new Lenormand deck, I believe. Is that correct, Nate? I think. So, Beneficial Tarot is here. Ooh, trouble. So
keep away from him.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. I know. We should do a reading on him. So
I think we should.
yeah. Well, there you go. Calla Lizzie is here. Hello, Liz.
Hey,
Medium Betsy Palmer is here. Aloha, Betsy. And Betsy will be on my channel for a Laugh and Learn in July. So
Nice.
people should, make sure that they do that thing where they, like and subscribe to all of the channels so that they can be in the know. So just catching up.
All right.
Just seeing lots of you. Kristen Louise is here. Hello, Kristen Louise.
Hey, Kristen.
And lots of love. I enjoy it when people, it feels like you're walking into. Do you remember the TV show Cheers?
Yes.
I actually do, Gerald. We believe that.
Wow, that's unexpected, but it just feels like it's like Norm. It's great. So
I love the theme song to that.
I do too. I used that a couple of times for some church retreats that I was involved in, and Ron is saying, "Yay, you'll be there on Friday," and Nate has subscribed.
Oh,
So this is
Nate.
good.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Gerald, for sharing so many of your followers with me. Many
of
of
course.
you I have not met yet, and I'm excited to get to know these people.
Yes, and Blen apparently is Blen is blushing. Hi, welcome, and I feel as you guys next live. You live next door this week because we have been on so much.
He's actually in the other room. He's not,
Yeah.
I flew there.
I'm actually what I am, Teri Lee, is I'm in the cupboard behind him.
It's true.
I'm actually not allowed to come out. So,
Okay.
Evangelina, hello.
Hi, Evangelina, and thank you.
Judith.
Judith.
Silky Field is here. Hello. Jonathan Daly. Oh man, y'all just popped in. This is lovely.
Nice.
Yes, and Nate did post that video on the Lenormand. Lisa Stevens, and I'm trying to work out a time when I can be with Betsy Palmer and Jonathan to do some readings there, so that'll be enjoyable. Happy belated birthday, Ben.
Thank you. Thanks,
Judith. And okay, I love this. Okay, so Norm, there you go. Norm, I was waiting for somebody to do it. So thank you for not disappointing Kristen, Louise. And did I miss Deb? All right. Anyhow, there is a magic wardrobe. Go through it, and you will find either Ben or Gerald is what happens.
It's Gerald Narnia. I'm trying to do a film word with Narnia.
Beth, Aspasia Rising said I met Woody Harrelson.
Oh.
Quite the charming man. So that's cool. I mean,
He was.
I can be charming if I want. So Tangi is here, Roman Biscotti. Thank you. So okay, and Teri Lee just muted herself because she's probably got a darkening ball. What kind of dogs do you have?
He's a golden retriever. He's a dark red golden retriever. Yeah.
And what's his name?
My heart. Jax.
Aww.
It's actually Sir Jax the Red. Is actually.
Oh, Sir Jax the Red. You heard it here first, people. So I love that. So we were chatting backstage, and I believe Ben and I were both watching the live. You were on with Sheila, Angel Feather Tarot, and you did a reading for me. And to be honest with you, I have forgotten the reading. I think it was just a general reading, and it sort of blew my mind. Well, no, it didn't sort of. It blew my mind. I went, huh. People have said similar things to me about this. And so we connected, and this is why Teri Lee is here. So it's like, boom. And so did you get a reading from her too, Ben?
No, I haven't yet. So yeah, I'd love a reading though.
I think next Wednesday I'm doing a solo live. So hop on, Ben, and
I'll be there. Definitely.
do your reading.
Okay, yeah. So do you have a okay, let's get some stuff out of the way.
Okay.
You're how long have you been on YouTube?
I started in January of this year.
Okay.
I have allergies.
Okay. And I have linked your website below in the description. So tell me, okay, because one of the things you do is you do walking into worlds.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Walking into worlds is two psychic mediums discussing our pathway to becoming mediums and our interests. And I asked about childhood interests. I ask about favorite authors. I mean, I have a series of questions, and I don't always ask the exact same questions in every show, but I'll bounce around as we have some conversation. And I've got some really exciting people on the show, Susan Lynn and Medium Kim. And the last one I had was John Bleat. And
okay.
Very exciting information. And then at the end of the show, we do readings, but not mediumship readings. We do readings on mysterious happenings.
Ooh.
about
Very nice.
mediumship or something people have seen
Mhm.
or heard that is not explained.
Is that like ghosts and stuff, Terry? Like if
Mhm.
anybody's had like a kind of experience and they're not sure about it and things like that? Is that,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. On one of the shows, we had a lady, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember who it was, but she asked about an orb that she had seen in the woods, floating in the woods at night from the deck of her cabin. And
Mhm.
I kind of had a feeling it was, and I don't know why, it was something Celtic, right? I said, I don't know, it's earthy, it's Celtic, it's elemental. And Susan Lynn agreed with me. And then later on, I got curious and did a search, and I think it was a will-o'-the-wisp. Will-o'-the-wisp
Oh.
is a legendary floating orb that is
Mm,
seen often among murky areas and swamps and that sort of thing.
yeah.
So
Oh wow, that's so interesting.
it's
I think
fascinating stuff, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely.
And Ben, you like orbs.
I do. I see a lot of them. No, but
Mhm.
honestly, it's interesting because when I was younger, me and my friend went to this forest. There was like a swing there, and we were walking back the one night. And it was really dark, and we could hear these weird noises. And we said we'd go back and take pictures because we felt like somebody was following us. And we took pictures, and when we got them developed, because back in them days, it was when you had to develop photos. So I am quite old now. Um,
Back in them days. Do you hear that, people? Back in them days. Go ahead, Ben. I'm listening.
and on the photo was loads of orbs, like all shapes and sizes, and it was ever so strange. I wish I'd kept the picture, but I think my friend.
I actually took a picture of a graveyard up in the mountains from a settlement, and there were little wooden carved markers on the grave, and it had orbs above it too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Oh,
fascinating.
wow.
I love
Okay.
those things.
Okay. So, Teri Lee, when did you become aware of your uh, powers? I'll call them powers. You know,
I like
superpower. Everybody has powers. Everybody has
that.
superpowers.
True.
So when did you become aware of this? And then the follow-up question is when did you start really focused on it and developing it?
Well, interestingly enough, I ended up taking classes in psychic mediumship from Susan Lynn and Medium Kim. And as the classes developed, I began to realize there's a lot of this stuff I've been doing my whole life and didn't really realize
Oh,
that
uh-huh.
it was in fact mediumship and psychic powers. Um, I had seen a ghost, and I always felt like I had guidance. I always felt like I had, excuse me, allergies. Pardon me. I had guidance, and I felt like lots of times I would be speaking with someone and maybe kind of counseling them a little bit. And I would say things and then later on go, I don't know who said that, but it wasn't me. I didn't say it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just felt a lot of strange things. And I'm sure my family and a lot of my friends would certainly certify the fact that I am weird. And
Have
Yay,
you been
weird.
in fact, when I commented on something to my older sister about a ghost, and she said, "You know, Terry, you're getting even weirder." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you, thank you." So yeah, always had a curiosity about psychic mediums, and I followed a lot of authors. I was very curious about Edgar Casey when I was young. I studied him quite a bit. Thought he was fascinating, and
Mm-hmm.
just always had curiosity and the knowledge that things are so much bigger than what we
Yeah.
admit to here on planet
Yeah.
Earth.
And
And
Yes.
sorry, Terry, just while you're on that, I just wanted to ask quickly, what was your, can you remember your first experience that made you think there was something else? Like, was it when you were a child or?
when I was a child, my mother was very religious and a powerful woman of prayer, I would call her, a prayer warrior, and a sweet,
Mm-hmm.
loving woman at that. My father was struggled with alcoholism, and he was a wonderful man, but my childhood was extremely unpredictable. So when we would go to church, that was like my safe place as a child. And so when the minister would speak about things, angels and that sort of thing, I would lay awake at night and try to talk to them and see them and feel them and as a
Mm-hmm.
child, because that was to me the safe place, so as a child, I really felt like I was being watched over. I could just feel it. I knew it. And
Uh-huh.
then as I got older, I began to realize that through a number of influences, Esther Hicks, I love Esther and Abraham. And
Mm-hmm.
when I heard her and it switched the way I thought, I was like, okay, I'm going to take this further. And then I did. And actually, I became a professional psychic medium, I had an appointment with my favorite astrologer, David Pond. David
Okay.
Pond, people, check him out. He's really good. And he did my chart and said that I had psychic abilities in my chart. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
really? You think so? And he goes, oh, yeah. He goes, you'd be as psychic as any of us out there. So that encouraged me. And then I took the class a few days
Mm-hmm.
later. And what an amazing class. If you're interested in becoming a psychic medium, you should check out any class taught by Susan Lynn or Kim Copeland. They're incredible.
Beautiful.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to write that down.
Yeah, I was like when Ben is quickly writing those down. And
Well,
Ben, while we do that, I want to catch up on chat because there's some beautiful things happening.
oh, love.
Um, Jonathan has
Oh,
subscribed.
thank you, Jonathan.
Um, Medium Betsy Palmer has
Oh,
subscribed.
right. I bet.
And Betsy is one of my favorite people in the world.
Ah,
And she is a medium. And Betsy, I was on her channel at one point, and she said, "This all sounds really familiar to me, Teri." So I think that's
awesome.
wonderful. Yeah. And Jonathan said, weird attracts weird.
Isn't it nice how that
And
works out?
yes, yes. Beth has subscribed to your channel as
Oh, thank
well,
you.
as did Evangelina. Um, and Beth, Aspasia Rising said, I hear you, Teri. School and church were my safe place. Can anyone say Hierophant card? LOL. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's great.
And um, and Kelly from Dozen Cats for Me is
Oh, hi,
here.
Kelly.
Thank you.
And Hypnocity is here from Washington. Hello.
Oh,
So
Tio. I lived in Washington for a while. Beautiful, beautiful.
really,
Yes.
oh, so all right. Bye, Kristen Louise. Thanks for being here.
Kristen.
And okay, I'm number 13 for the thumbs up. Thank you. Appreciate it. And Kelly, who has not tired of me or Ben or Gerald and Ben or Benald or I don't know. Jonathan was being silly trying to come up with a mixed name for us.
Ah,
And so she had you on,
yes.
and she was an incredible person and fabulous energy.
Oh, thank you, Kelly. I
So,
love you too, girl.
yep. Robbed of spring in Washington. Aw.
Oh,
Some. Um, so this idea of mediumship, and you've had some wonderful teachers
yes.
who have done it. Is there, and I know when I'm asked this question, I go, oh, geez, I hate this question. Is there one or two pieces of advice or things that your teachers have said to you that have really helped you, and I'm going to say believe in yourself and lean into your wonderfulness? And I'm just curious about that.
Oh, thank you. That's a great question. And yes, um, the most important thing they taught me, and my most powerful clair is clairaudience. And the most
Mm-hmm.
important thing they taught me was say it. Just say it. Just move forward. Just say it. Don't think it. And actually, the first person I talked to on the other side that I had clear validation on um, was a lovely lady's father. She didn't ask me to tune into him. She just
Mm-hmm.
asked me to read her. And so he was there and he said his name. And I heard the name and I went, I'm not going to, I don't know. I was just really terrified. And then I blurted it out. And she went, oh, and I went, oh. That was it. That was it. I was sold. And I got to read that lovely man and just learn from Kim and Susan Lynn to just say it. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if my mind gets in the way, I have a little trick I do. If I'm reading and my mind starts to get in the way, I'll say, "Excuse me, just a moment. It's my windshield
I like
wiper."
that.
And it wipes
Oh,
it
Yeah.
wipes my mind away. And it helps a lot. It helps a lot.
I love that.
I love that idea. It's like having a fan.
Or if that
Funny
But
out.
that's and that's and I think I also learned that as I was talking with medium Betsy Palmer, who has
Mhm.
written a book called I believe it's you are gifted, because a
Oh,
lot of times
check
we
it out.
think
Mhm.
because we're different, it's not the right thing to be. And so
Mhm.
framing it is very important. And
Yes.
that's why very much it's a power, it's a superpower, it's a wonderful opportunity. And so okay, I'll stop gushing. But
Oh,
Cordis is here. Hello.
Hi,
gosh, away.
Chris.
Lauren is here.
Oh,
Hello.
hi,
And
Lauren.
Betsy, if Cordis is here, hello. It, if I have the title of that, please put the title of your book in there. By the way, hashtag, let's see, here you go. Purchase responsibly, know your limits. This is for entertainment purposes only. And the flip side of that is do not make decisions based on what we say, seek professional assistance, really. So, but okay, and so trust the message. I think I've been
Mhm.
learning to do that in this last year because
Good, good.
suddenly I've been, and we just had it happen. I think it was on Sunday, wasn't it,
It
Ben?
was with Kelly, and you just came out with it, Gerald, and it was.
I had done a reading for someone who was wanting to connect to people who had passed over, or
Mhm.
spirit guides. I think one of my superpowers is I can speak to spirit guides, deity,
Mhm.
ancestors.
Mhm.
And I use, as a crutch, I use a particular tarot deck. I know it's a crutch. I could probably
No,
do
no,
it
no,
without
no,
it, but
no, no, no.
it
Uh-uh.
just,
Whatever
okay.
tool you're led to
Mm.
use. Absolutely.
You heard it here first, people. Teri Lee said, whatever
I said
tools you
it.
use them. Um, but I was finished up. I was doing the reading, and then quickly out of my mouth became, and I don't know what this means, but toast and jam.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we moved on, and then somebody, the person that I was reading for was like going, toast and jam means something to me. I'm like
Mm.
going, okay, love that.
Wow,
Nice.
it was amazing.
Isn't that
Yeah,
fun?
yeah.
That
It's
It's
like,
was.
really a
woo.
beautiful thing. And as we were discussing before the show, it's like exploring outer space
Yeah.
and it's an
Hmm.
adventure. Not only do you get to give to someone else, but you get to feel that presence. You get to feel that love that comes from the other side. And you
Yes.
also project that message on, and especially with the guides as well. I had an interesting thing learning about
Oh,
guides.
that
Um,
was Judith Juliet
oh,
that happened to.
Oh
so did you?
wow.
Cool. Um,
Wow.
I was doing a reading on someone asked me to read their guides, and I saw the guides. I could see them clearly through my third eye. And I said, and you have three guides standing here. And then I paused, and it was one of them is blue. He was blue, the most beautiful shade. She was blue, the most beautiful shade of blue. And I kept thinking, well, that's so unusual. And I am revisiting a book called The Journey of Souls. I'm
Mm.
sorry, I can't remember the author's name, but he was a past life regressor and would hypnotize people. And his work is fascinating, by the way. Check it out, Journey of Souls. And so he had regressed someone past into the other side when they were waiting to have another human life. And he was describing his guides, his teachers. And he talked about how their energy vibrates. And I know some people don't like this, but there's certain, I don't want to say levels of souls, but there's stages of souls, right? So they're in a certain stage. And apparently the teachers vibrate blue. And when I heard that in the book, I was like, yes,
Oh,
blue guy.
Gosh, that's so interesting.
It's cool how you get that validation and learn so much more about what's happening over there.
yes. And medium Betsy Palmer said, Journey of Souls is fabulous. And by the way, Teri Lee meet medium Betsy Palmer. I think the two of you probably would have some interesting times together. And maybe I'll get gutsy and say, let's just have the two of you on and go crazy. So
I would absolutely love that. Yes.
So Blushing Nerd Tarot is here. Hello.
Hello.
And what, Teri? Go ahead, Teri Lee.
I was just going to say, and Betsy, I would love to know if you could put that in the chat. Is that helping you with your readings? Because in reviewing it again for the second time, it's really helping me with my readings, really helping me to understand how to talk to the souls and what's going on the other side. I'd love to know.
And Betsy would love that, would love to be in contact because, you know, Teri Lee does something called Walking in Two Worlds. I mean, Betsy's in paradise, and perhaps the two of them maybe could connect. Let's do that, Betsy. Yeah, I love that. So I am catching up on chat. Calla Lizzie asked me what deck I used for that. And my deck for that is to connect to ancestors and deity and those who've passed is the Santa Muerte Tarot.
Ooh, I'm taking that.
And I do not know why. It just does it. And I am a kind of person who, if it happens, it happens for me. So, yeah, there you go. Mediumship power duo. It's like, that's incredible. Yeah. So, tools aren't crutches. They help us tune in like a radio dial. We don't really need them, but they are fun and add some amazing artwork to the mix.
Yeah, I like that.
Well said. Well said. And you know, I said this to someone the other day and she goes, what does that mean? I said, I'm loaded for bear. I had all my crystals and my cards in my bag. And she goes, well, you're here? And I go, yeah, I'm loaded for bear. And she's like, what's that? Do you know what that means?
No, I have to say I don't.
What does it mean?
Well, you can tell I'm a mountain girl. Back in the days, the mountain men would have these giant, like, big stocked rifles and all of their ammunition. And if they were ready for anything, they'd say, I'm loaded for bear.
Oh.
Load me up for bear, that's all I can say.
Lots of times the guides will give me, like, grab the cards, right? They'll tell me, grab the cards. Or I always keep a candle lit. Let's see.
Yes.
To scry in the candle. And one time I was told to scry in the candle and a lady was inquiring about someone, and I looked in and it had the double flame, and I said, oh, twin flames, and it just blew her mind because that's what it's called each other. So yes, tools are amazing.
They help you
trust they help you trust yourself, don't they? I think tools do.
Well, I think it's also like ritual. When I shuffle the cards in the same way every time that I do that. When I'm using a spirit board, I do particular things to help me get in that space because that energy carries over. And so it's like prayer, it's ritual. That ritual of even making coffee in the morning. And when we add a little something to it, gives us the ability to elevate it to another level.
Mhm.
And for me, it connects me in an interesting way.
So
So,
that's amazing that you say that. I actually did a show on it was the full moon in Taurus, I believe. I believe that's what the show is called. But it ended up being a show about ritual and what rituals mean
mm,
and how it cues our mind and our soul into basically forming an intention. It's a very physical way of forming an intention. So before
mm-hmm,
I do a show or a reading, I have these little spirit shakers. I shake them and light my
mm-hmm.
candle and then say my prayer of intention. And it just puts me right in the right space no matter what's going on around me.
I
And
like that.
uh,
Betsy has answered. Yes, that book helped me to help me brave enough to communicate other side stuff to friends and family.
awesome, Betsy. I'm glad.
So
Now
I'm
we'll
now
have
looking this up.
to
Yes, yes. Um, yeah, and Corda said, personally, I wouldn't have believed in myself without the tools confirming it in a way. I
Mhm.
agree.
Yes.
So the ritual to get into the space is very elevating and connecting. Yeah.
Yes, so much. Yes.
And I believe um, uh, load me off.
I'm going to ring Tangi after and find out what it is.
Well, and I was actually going to say, when bear does mean something else in the gay community of which I am a part. So
Oh.
I'm just saying, but however, I think it's still very important to be that way. So, and see, okay, and by the way, if you're a guest on my channel, I send you pre-questions to get ready.
Yes.
So have we scared you off yet, Teri Lee?
So far I'm hanging in there. I'm actually gripping
Okay.
my though.
Hang on tight.
Hang on tight. Oh my goodness. Oh, and Ron is being funny. I bear witness to that.
Oh, goodness me. What have I started?
Oh my gosh. That gives you a high five, Ron. There's the tiny hands for you. And Jay is here.
My tiny hands are actually tiny. They're really tiny.
Yeah. Yes, but you do fine with them. So, right? So, and Deanne, Blue Crescent Tarot is here. Hello, Deanne. Wonderful channel also. And yeah, Lisa Stevens was going to mention that, but I wanted to get the point out. I wanted to allow you to get the point across. Jane the Seeker is here. And by the way, everyone, do you know Jane the Seeker?
We were fellow
Teri Lee.
classmates. Yes. Fellow
Okay.
classmates.
Oh, fellow classmates.
Yes,
Wow. Wow, that's that.
There are quite a few of us that have gone on to be professionals. Terry Suzuki of Kiguru Spiritual Journeys and Psychic Jean as well.
Wow. And here's my plug. On Tuesday, I am going to be on with Jane the Seeker again at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And it is the summer solstice or Litha. So we're going to be doing readings together. And
beautiful.
It's just a wonderful, wonderful time. Jane is a delightful human being.
She is. She is.
As you all are. I just haven't had a chance to get you all on my channel yet. Brian, you're coming. You will be on my channel. So just saying. So, oh, Ron said he was in a medium classes too.
Sorry, I forgot you. There you go.
So, so let me ask you this: we've been talking for about for 34 minutes and 50 seconds. It does not feel like it's been that long. But how do you define what you do? I mean, what is a medium?
Okay.
What is it? So let everybody know, And then I'm going to remind people that they should like and subscribe to your channel. Your link to the website is below. Hashtag purchase responsibly. But if you go like and subscribe and ring the bell, you'll be notified when she goes live for, upcoming things. So do it, people.
Thank you, Gerald.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, there's many people that say everyone is born a psychic medium. There are some people who say everyone is born psychic, but they're not necessarily a medium. I kind of believe that everyone is born psychic medium, but I think as we grow a little bit older, we lose that part. We lose that touch, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
you hear children say the most amazing things, right? Because
Yes.
they're in touch, they're connected. So what a medium is someone who can talk to someone on the other side. And the idea of talking to someone on the other side is a position, then we all do it uniquely. That's why I like walking in two worlds. We get to find out how we each uniquely connect. So
Mm-hmm.
I have the ability to feel a soul come in. I have colors, and Medium Kim, by the way, if you're interested in colors and auras, she is very good. I took one of her classes as well. And I have colors that come in and sort of announce. So if a very loving person is coming in, I'll see pink. And if I see pink, I know this soul is going to come in, and it's going to be very
Oh.
easy to communicate with this soul. Um, there's other tricks that you can use, and you begin to learn, and I believe our guides do help us. And by the way, my son has passed, and my son helps me quite a bit as well.
That's
Mm.
It's when you start working with your guides and other entities to help you read, they give you little messages. Sometimes something will happen in a certain way. Lyrics will come through.
Mm-hmm.
I get David Bowie, never look back, walk tall, act fine. That always comes through when I'm reading a message for someone that needs confidence and encouragement from the other side. I've quoted that many times. It's one of my favorites.
Wow.
And so there's John Vliet familiarized me with the term psychonauts, and I love that because it's always new. You're always getting new things. You're always getting new information. And when you were younger, if you suspected the world and the universes and the spiritual things that were happening around you were far bigger than you ever believed or ever could believe, you were right. You were right.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's out there.
Wow.
It's out there.
And Deanne Blue Crescent Tarot said, yes, guides are such a huge help. It's amazing.
Yes.
And yeah, and Tangi Roman Biscotti is like, yes, boop. And Medium Betsy Palmer said, so much fun today.
Oh, good.
So
I'm having
Portis, good. That makes me happy. That really does make me happy. So I don't I mean, I care more about you, Teri Lee, than I do about Ben.
Oh,
It's true, Terry.
Ben is only here because of contractual obligations. It's
Oh.
the hidden text of all that stuff. But
I had
Portis
no.
asked, don't sign any contracts. Have your lawyers look at it. Pull in your guides and help.
Okay,
So
I will. I'll do that.
Cordis asked a great question. What happens in medium classes? And Cordis said, by the way, hereditary knowledge and a book only here. Books only. So what happens in mediumship classes?
Well, it's interesting. I've talked to other mediums who took different classes, but most of the mediums I'm familiar with and work a lot with took the classes that I took from Susan Lynn and Medium Kim. They make you feel so comfortable. And they would bring you in and they would discuss the basics, and then they would bring up an exercise. And they say, okay, we're going to put you in a room, a Zoom room, and you work with this person and see what can come up. And then nothing comes up, that's fine. If something different comes up, that's fine. I mean, they were very relaxed. So it really made us feel like we weren't being expected to come up to any level whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And They nurtured us, and basically it was lesson, practice, lesson, practice. And that's what
Yes.
yeah. And to this day, we still practice. Sun Psychic Jean has a practice session every 2 or 3 weeks. And to this day, we all still get together and practice. It's wonderful.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And Calla Lizzie said, Ben is Ed McMahon to Gerald's Johnny Carson. And Ben, you may not be familiar with this, seeing as you are. What'd you say?
I said, right on, Callie. It's so
Yeah.
I'm Googling Ed McMahon now.
Oh, really? Do you even know who Johnny Carson is?
I do actually, because Bette Midler sang at his last show.
Yes.
Through Bette Midler.
So,
but
yeah. There are. Thank you for that definition, Teri. That helps Teri Lee understand, and I think it brings up an important part of, like with any skill, you learn a little bit and then you practice. You learn a little bit and then you practice, because without that practice, it's just theory.
Yes, that's true. Very true.
And so, Ben, do you have any additional questions before I go? How are we going to do a few readings for people?
Yes, I do just have a question. And I wrote some down, but you've asked some of them, Gerald. So actually, we must be in tune. But the one thing I did want to ask is, what is there any other tools that you use, Teri Lee, with your practice? You know, do you is there like angel cards or tarot or anything like that?
Yes, I use the oracle cards, and I use tarot.
Yeah.
And I've got this one deck that I am starting to get into astrology. I've always kind of been a little nervous about getting in too deep, and I don't really want to get in too deep. But I found a book by David Pond, once again, my favorite astrologer. It's called Beginner's Astrology, and it's really simple and easy to understand, and I love it. So what I wanted to do was bring astrology into my readings. And I've got these cards. I think, as far as I can tell, they're called the Learning Tarot cards. I think I saw one of you use this deck. I thought maybe it was another reader.
I'm wondering if that's something that Aiden Reads Tarot uses.
Oh, maybe that's it. Well,
so
the cards, as you see, have the astrological sign and also the chakra on them, and also meanings. I don't always, if cards have meanings written on them, I don't always go with those meanings. It kind of depends on, honestly, I use a lot of intuition when I read.
Yes.
So that's what I go with. But I'm really digging being able to do this in my private readings, throw cards for people, and then I have the additional chakra information and also their astrology information. So yeah.
Is that a favorite deck? If you've got any favorite kind of cards or decks that you use, or
I have so many. I have so many. The Crow, I love the Crow deck. I just got the Light Seekers Tarot, and I like that one a lot.
Oh yeah.
Sacred. You say know your limits, honey. I have no limits.
You heard it here first, people.
But
boom.
The Sacred Oracle. I'm looking at all. Sacred Earth Oracle. I love the Shaman's Dream. I love Priestess of Light. That's a very good one as well. And Sacred Destiny. I've got a whole bunch of them behind this.
Okay.
And what it does is it's a wonderful way when you're reading and you're trying to get a direct message from the guides, and they want you to dial it in more than what you're able to get from them. And that's usually when they'll say, use the cards. And they're always right. They're always right.
Yes. And you trust them because you've practiced with them.
Yes.
And I think that's an important thing. We all want to talk to our spirit guides. especially during times of crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And our spirit guides are, they're available at any time. They would oftentimes like to have a cup of tea with us,
Oh,
or share a cup of coffee, or go for a walk. Just so, and that's a really great time to get to know them
Yeah.
when you're not in crisis, because then you can get in tune. And then when there is a crisis or a struggle or some urgency, the connection already exists.
yes, absolutely.
So,
And you're perfectly welcome, I believe. Now, some people will say, well, my guides don't want me to know their name. I think they do. I think they do. Keep trying.
mhm.
Don't
Yeah.
give up on it. Can I tell you how I met my guide Herschel?
Yes, please.
Do.
It's cool. See, I live in the mountains, and I've snowboarded for a number of years, and I've always had this fantasy about, wouldn't it be cool if I could just be out in the beautiful winter wonderland with all this garb that I've got on, right? My helmet, and my heavy
Mhm.
coat, right? And I've always thought that'd be so cool to just kind of be encased in some kind of protective ball or whatever, that I could still reach out and then enjoy things. So one night I had a dream, and it was vivid. It was a vivid dream. And Herschel, which I didn't know his name at the time, presented himself, and he had this beautiful, beautiful, kind of like light hair, um, like gray hair, but kind of glowy a little bit, right? And I
Mhm.
thought, oh, this is something special. You don't get this in your dream all the time, right? So
Yes.
he comes and he puts his hand out and he goes, come for a walk with me. Now, I live not too far from a beautiful, beautiful river. And I've walked this path alongside this river for years and years. And it was in the middle of the winter. And I go, oh, and the first thing I'm thinking is, it's winter. We can't. And he's like, no, come with me. And he took me down that path. He took me down that path, and I saw, the ice and the snow and just the beautiful crystals. And as we got to the end and we were ready to do the turn and come back, there was a fence post there. And on the fence post was a frozen, how dandelions, when they get their seeds? I'm sure there's a scientific
Mhm.
name for that, but I don't know it right
Mhm.
now. It was frozen, right? It was frozen solid. And he handed it to me and he goes, make a wish. Whew.
Wow.
And then he
Ooh.
disappeared. I was like, oh my God, that was the coolest. It was the kind of thing where I woke up and had to look around and, was that for real? And so later in my meditation, I said, okay, I'm sensing that this is someone near to me that could possibly be a guide or an angel, and I said, I'd like to know your name. And he said, Herschel.
Wow.
And Herschel's
That's
been one of
incredible.
my favorite guides ever since. Love you, Herschel.
That
I love
is incredible.
things like that, because I'll tell you something that happened to me years ago. I
Please do.
started learning with this lady who was a friend of a friend, and she was into tarot cards, and she was teaching me how to use them. This was, gosh, over 15 years ago now.
Yeah.
And she was, I said to her, I said, everyone says we've got guides, but do you know the name of my guide? Can you tell me? And she said it was like a Native American Indian, an Indian. And she said, I'm seeing someone running with a bear, and she says, I think it's called Running Bear. And interestingly, I'm so drawn to pictures of Native American Indians.
Awesome.
Mhm.
I love America. For some reason, I'm fascinated with America. I've always wanted to be in America. I almost like, ever since I was a kid, I've always been drawn more to America than the UK. And it's just strange. And I thought, oh, how interesting that she picked up on that, when I've always had an interest in
Mhm.
that thing. So, yeah, I love that.
That's
And
excellent.
yeah.
Your guides and past lives
Mm.
will, if you pay attention,
Yeah.
if you come into my house, you're going to see um, Shiva, Buddha, and then I'm was formerly a photographer, so I have all kinds of photography from the Southwest, and
Mhm.
I also am fascinated with aliens. So I have a lot of photos of the cave drawings, and then you go further, and then you're going to see Celtic crosses on one wall.
Yes.
And I've always been that way. And I've always made little altars and weird things. And I didn't really understand that that's what that means. So, Ben, it's possible you've had a past life as a Native American, and that's why you have a Native American guide, perhaps?
Yes. I mean, that's amazing. That'd be
Well,
so
and Ben, medium Betsy Palmer said, Ben, past life much?
yeah.
To which Blue Crescent Tarot said, right, Betsy? And Jonathan Daly said, right, Betsy? So it's like, there you go.
Wow.
So
That's amazing. I tell
hi,
you,
Lady Blind Wolf.
has anybody ever seen Poltergeist 2? I know it's a horror film, but there's like a Native American in that helps the family. And I used to love that character. I just was really drawn to that character. It's strange, isn't it? It's it's
I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It is. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily strange. It's unexpected. And now that you've paid attention to it and you've gotten some additional information, it helps you to unfold the opportunity for people to help you.
Maybe that's why I've always wanted long hair, Gerald. That's
there you
just
go.
Where you've wanted what?
Long hair.
Well, hair and long hair.
Hair. Ben in hair. I'm not sure what that's like. I mean, Teri Lee, I don't know. So I don't know.
I think it'd be lovely.
Yes. And you can change your hair easily. So there you go.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yes. And as Betsy said, remember, not crazy, you are gifted, which is the name of her book. And
I'm gonna check that out, Betsy.
And Deb H said, I didn't mean it for Teri Lee. Ha ha ha. And I'm like going, what? I'm like going, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It you know.
I missed something?
I'm not sure. And yes, Brian, I am it. And Beth said, Ben, you have more charm than Ed McMahon.
Oh, Ben.
And Calla Lizzie said, Teri Lee, give Liz Green a try. The way she writes about astrology is clear and accessible. Astrology for lovers is not for lovers, but you'll see yourself and your friends there.
Thank you. I'll do that. Thank you.
So I like this.
I love information.
Yes.
You should see my bookshelf.
Yeah.
Oh no, you shouldn't see it.
and Purple Elephant Deb H said, don't find it. It's like, okay, I won't.
Okay, so. Now I'm looking.
No. Don't do that to Deb H. So I know. We'll just we'll do that. So what would it look like if we did a few readings for people? What would work for you? What do you think?
I think that'd be awesome. I'd look forward to it. Let's have some questions.
We'll have some questions. Again, for entertainment purposes only. Do not. We're not doing anything on medical. I don't do politics. No financial stuff. For entertainment purposes only. I have one from Jake Tay, who I read on this yesterday on Aiden Reed's Tarot. So I'm going to have the two of you work on that. And Jake Tay asked, does Spirit have anything that I need to know about this thing I've been thinking of?
A thing. Let's start with an easy question, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Just so you all know, this is my labradorite heart, and I always hold it, and it helps me read. So that's what I'm doing.
There you go.
Okay, spit it out. The first thing I saw was water, and not quite sure where that fits in right now, but let me see if I can get a little deeper, and then maybe you can validate for me. Something to do with why. What I'm hearing, is, Jake, whatever it is you're thinking of or thinking about, I'm hearing step up. Step up. So I don't know if it's something you're thinking about doing. Let me see if I can get a little closer. Water. Something you're thinking about doing. Have confidence. Jake, the message I'm getting is to breathe, to have confidence, to go forward, to stretch your boundaries, expand your boundaries. I'm not sure if it's something you're thinking about doing. I can't, if you can validate that, I can go further, but that's what I'm getting.
Okay. Thank you. Jake, if you can pop in there if the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Ben, I'm going
Ben?
to move
up,
you
Ben.
into that spot, Ben.
So I'm really it's spooky, Teri Lee, because when you said I picked Queen of Water, so and that was after I'd picked the card and then you said it, and then when you said step up, I'd got the Emperor card, which is all about taking control, stepping up, and as you were saying it, I was like, oh my gosh, she's saying exactly the cards that I've just pulled up. So I'm getting exactly the same message: is that you need to take control there, Jake, and really go for this, whatever it is that you've been thinking about.
Oh, that's great, Jake.
So that's amazing. And the Queen of Water, I mean, there's key words here, but I kind of think that this is saying that, you know, your guide's telling you that you already know the information, it's already there, and to listen to your own intuition, because that will guide you right. And that it's going to be okay. We've got the Nine of Earth here. So, you know, just go for it and it's going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine with it. So that was spooky because
that's wonderful.
that was amazing. So thank you. That was really good.
I love that.
And I feel really good about it too. So
yeah.
Full steam ahead.
So,
wow.
And Jake said, yes, that totally makes sense. So, okay. And so
that first one's hard to get out, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Hypnocity said, odd question. I'm not afraid of spirits, but I'm squeamish around dead things. I feel looking at people or animals' bodies is disrespectful. I've always wondered why. Is it because I'm an empath? Or,
So, you know, immediately I get a lot of logical mind stuff popping in to say to you, but I'm going to dial it right into the spirit right now and see what they have to say to you about it. They're really strong about this. They're saying that's a past life. That's a past life in another culture that you've lived in. And that is what you were taught. And it was, I just keep hearing a strict rule in a past life that you do not associate with things that are dead. I believe you are an empath. And certainly that plays into it. But I'm definitely getting a past life in that. And I'm kind of getting like an ancient culture, something a long time ago, and it's stuck with you through many lives. Ooh, that just gave me chills.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, I think that's all I have. I'm trying to kind of see
Okay.
the culture, but ancient culture.
Ancient culture, and Nalani is Hypnocity's name, if that matters. And
Name, I
there
love
was a
it.
question.
Celtic.
Was it Celtic? Yes, maybe.
I think it could be. I did, like I said, when I see ancient culture, I sensed a village-like atmosphere, and people in kind of plain clothes. Very much could be Celtic, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ben, what do you have?
Yeah, so
I'm going to put Ben
interesting.
in.
Thank you. So interestingly, I've picked up every card's an air card. So I've got Ace of Air, Page of Air, Knight of Air.
Wow.
So I've the first card I picked was this one. So I do think it's something that's perhaps happened in the past. Like Teri Lee said, it could be, past life that you've picked this up from there. It's something from the past that you've picked up. But I also agree that I think you are an empath because all the cards here are swords, which relate to thoughts. So it's almost like when you go into a room, you pick up on other people's thoughts very quickly. And I know how that feels because I do the same. And it was only until recently that I realised it was a gift. I actually thought everybody could do it, but I realised that they can't. And you probably pick up on people's feelings, and it sometimes can be quite overwhelming for you. So another reason why you might be finding that aversion to bodies and things is because sometimes maybe it's too much of a sensory overload, but see it as a gift because I truly think it's a wonderful thing. And the last card there, we've got this kind of thing in the heart here. It's a wonderful gift that you can use for good there. So yeah, it's a wonderful gift, that one. That's all I have for that one.
And Teri Lee, Cordis asks, is that labradorite?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Can't really see the reflection of it, but
I'm going to put you there just
that's
to
my
show that
my
off.
favorite right now. And
Big Labrador.
Wow. I was told to get up and go to the gem store. And they had just learned that they had to leave the building that they were in, and so I grabbed this stone, and it's my favorite.
All right. So what I have, and I'm just going to say it, I'm going to trust what I have, is you are an empath. It feels like in a previous life, you actually were one to help animals cross the Rainbow Bridge. And because I actually have the Santa Muerte, which is death, and the Chariot, which is literally the passageway. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which is, this is a new way of feeling. So it's a recognition of what you have done in the past. And you've actually energetically, you're helping to move them on. So that's the feeling that I have with that. I mean, come on, you've got death and then the Chariot. It's just like, there you go. So yeah, thank you. And let's see who we have. Thank you. I hope that makes some sense. Tangi, Roman Biscotti, would like a general reading for the sum, please. And before, basically, Tangi is unable to type in English these days. I was chatting with her yesterday, and she's having issues with walking and gravity. So it's just so anyhow, she would like a general reading for the summer, please. So
And the name again is Tangi? Is that
Tangi, yes,
okay?
Tangi.
All right. Tangi's summer.
You're welcome.
Tangi, the first thing I saw was sunset over the ocean. I don't know if you live near the ocean, if you're going to travel to the ocean. And then I heard cool breezes.
Mm.
And let's see if they give me any other images. I'll just spit them out when I get them. There's I see flocks of birds. Wherever this is, it's very very beautiful, full of life, full of life. Now, this could be a specific place you're going, or maybe this is them telling you what kind of a summer it's going to be. Like a beautiful, happy-go-lucky. No, they're saying no, it's a place.
Tangi said, Tangi said, I live near a lake.
Ah, okay. A lake. Well, that would, okay. And lots of birds, lots of life. But yeah, let me see if I can dial it in tighter. Tangi summer. Let me more on that. Just keep showing me wildlife, deer. Yeah, like wonderful, adventurous. Okay, so this is a guide message. All right, okay, this is coming from your guides. They're saying we love to play with you. We love to draw from your joy that you get from nature and the scenery all around you. This is going to be a playful, adventurous summer. Trust your instincts. Don't second guess anything. If something comes up that you are either invited to do or you're intrigued about, do it. Keep a journal this summer. Keep a journal. And we will work with you. Tally-ho.
Okay.
Tally-ho. What the heck is that?
Tally-ho?
Tally-ho. That's what I heard.
Wow.
That would make sense because Tangi's guides are very like that.
They are like that?
Very
They
like,
are.
because Tangi's very in contact with her guides, and
wow.
she has all sorts of things come past her and through her, and so that makes sense to me when you say that. So I'm pretty sure it makes sense to her.
Yeah. And Ben, I'm going to put you in there, and Patricia Tyree is here. Hello. And Tangi said, oh, yes, I love it. Nature is my family.
Yes.
I say tally-ho all the time to my guides.
No way. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yep. Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you for that validation. That's fun.
So Tanji, oh sorry, let me just.
Ben's very popular, everyone.
Sorry about that. So Tanji, I'm reading these a bit more intuitively and what I see straight away. So we've got the King of Earth here, but I've got a feeling that that guy that we've talked about in that shop, that curiosity shop that you've been going to, has got something coming in for you here. So look out for that in the summer, or it's something that's coming to you in the summer. Also, I've got Wise Counselor, and to me, that feels like there may be something come up in the summer that makes you feel a bit you're not sure about, and your guides are going to be there to reassure you about a certain situation that everything's okay. But I think you know this anyway, but you always are in touch with your guides anyway. But I feel this is there to reassure you about something, and that'll make sure it's okay for you. And then also, I see something new coming in here with this Page of Earth. He's got this massive letter. Yes, that's it. Danielle's Magical Boutique Shop. So something's coming to you, Tanji, in the summer months. So watch out for that. I feel like, and also this bibliomancy book here is interesting to me. I feel like I'm guided to look at that with a feather. So Tanji's very creative when it comes to that kind of thing. So yeah, keep an eye on that. But a very cheerful summer, Tanji. So it looks really good to me. So, yeah.
Yes, I'm going to. Thank you, Ben. I have pulled 3 cards, and I have the Six of Pentacles, which reminds you to continue to share freely and to give. And when you pass on, when you share your gifts, more gifts will be able to come. And you need to. There's some stuff that you just need to let go and actually bury it. This is the Four of Swords, so I'm looking at it. Oftentimes it's about rest. This is about taking action to give you rest and to shut down some of the busyness. And then we end with the Five of Cups, which is a card about getting. It's a card about for the summer. It's about, okay, here's things that were not exactly how I wanted them, but remember that there are some things, and I like that this labyrinth is in the head. So it suggests to me to allow that water to flow through you, and where you in that creative energy. So when you feel you're parched, move your head around, get a different perspective so that water can actually go into that different part of the brain. So, so that's what I have. And so thank you. And Longman Tarot is here. Richie, hello. And by the way, on Monday on my channel, Richie and I are doing Long Stash. We're doing Letha Conversations. So there you go. I am, by the way, if you didn't know this, Teri Lee, I am always ready with the stash tags.
I know you are. I did know.
Always.
I have my little printout ready to go because I don't actually write as well as you do. So I brought mine for my next show, which we'll discuss later.
Yes.
I have to say, though, that labyrinth reminded me of Westworld. Any Westworld fans out there? You know what Westworld is? It's a series on HBO. You should check it out.
I don't know that series.
It will make your brain come out of your ears.
Gerald wouldn't know it because he doesn't watch that many movies, do you, Gerald?
I mean, thank you, Ben. It's been great having you here. Bye. You know that idea of us doing things together, anyhow. Smart Alec. Okay, so we've got, okay, thank you, Tanji. And we have Beth. Question, my dad passed away in 1994. How is the best way for me to connect with him?
Okay.
And then after this, we have Jonathan, and then that's our time.
Okay. Okay. I'm seeing some drawers, like could be a nightstand, maybe. Maybe not like a giant chest of drawers, but there's something perhaps that you have tucked away. And this is me talking and adding to this now that, if you do have something that belonged to your father, holding something that belonged to them is a great way to connect. It gives you that, you start to get that vibration, and then your heart becomes happy with your happy memories. And that's when it's easiest for them to come in, when your vibration is high. Not sad, but like, hi, Dad, right? So remember that. I'll dial back in again, because there's lots of things I could say that come from my mind, but I'd like to try to dial in and see if he has any specific. He says, I'm with you when you walk. I'm with you. I'm with you when you walk. He's very sweet. He is really sweet. And he said, I'm with you when you walk, darling. I'm with you when you walk, darling. Let's see. Speak right up. So he said, speak right up. So I think he's encouraging you to just talk to him out loud. Say all the things your heart wants to say. And that will draw him closer to you. He's right there with you. Oh, and I'm just getting a visual of a big hug, a bear hug, big bear hug. The kind that kind of takes your breath away. One of those. Yeah. Oh. This is a sweet man.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
Deanne, Blue Crescent Tarot, said he's very sweet. My eyes welled up immediately.
Oh.
So.
How blessed you are to have such a sweet father.
Yes. And Linda Sandoval is here. Hello. Ben, I'm going to put you in the hot spot.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm surprised I'm being able to do this without turning me sideways. There's still time.
Yeah, that's really weird. So, hi, Beth. So, yeah, Beth, I'm getting a feeling that, I pulled this card and I could see that this was something relating to the past, that, you want that connection again. Did you go to the seaside? Have you got some nice memories of the seaside with your dad? That's just something I thought when I saw this card. But I also am getting that about holding something of your dad's. Or did your dad give you some sort of book or a diary or something like that, that you could the hold as you think of him? But remember that, to calm your mind and be in a quiet environment when you do this, so that you can focus. But hold again exactly what Teri Lee said, and it's so spooky because as Teri Lee was saying, I was also thinking about finding something of your dad's to hold, and it was just weird that came up. So yeah, I'm thinking a book or something. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but something of your dad's anyway, and that'll bring you that connection there. And that's what I called it, and that union there. And you're right. There's a very lovely feeling here that your dad's very much, loves you. I really feel that with your dad, and he's there. He's with you. So.
So to catch you up, she has said, yes, he was 6'4" and would hug me, and I couldn't breathe. He was a very, very kind-hearted man. Thank you, Teri. And I used to go fishing. I used to go fishing at a big lake with him every summer, and we would go out on a small boat, and he always got me books.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm going to put me in there because the card that jumped out is the 6 of Swords, which I'm like going, well, go out on a lake, so I think it's just it's very interesting that we have a boat and there's someone very tall moving out. So that is quite lovely. And so Dad would like you to play with grandchildren a similar way that he played with you. Play charge, do all of the things that made you appreciate him, because it's about the celebration and he wants you to say hi to him and remember him. And I also get for the King of Pentacles, if you do not have a little altar or a picture of him around, I would get one, something that is a way for you to, when you see it, you think of him. So, and Dad loved lakes. I have a painting of him at the lake. You cannot make this stuff up. So
beautiful.
Beth, I hope that helps. Yeah, that was an amazing reading. And next up we have Jonathan, and Jonathan is our last reading. I would love to get a reading for my trip to Belize next month.
Belize. Ooh. I would love to go to Belize. Let's see. That's Jonathan.
Uh-oh, she's laughing. Jonathan, I'm curious about what this means. She's laughing. If she had a fan, I'm like, she'd be probably doing this.
Oh, well, I might be. Like that over here.
Yeah.
Jonathan, you must love to party, because I am just seeing a party. Party. Like some adventure, but party. Let me see if I can see anything else. That's all I saw. Just a bunch of people on the beach having a great time. And isn't that what it's all about, right? Yeah, some adventure. Like, I don't know. I'm seeing people hiking on a path through a tropical area. That would be Louise. I'm seeing a catamaran. I think it's a catamaran. Somebody taking a catamaran ride or tour or something. Let's see if we can get something more specific. I don't know if you're meeting someone there. You're going to meet someone special there, and I'm not seeing anything that indicates whether it's romantic or not. I'm just kind of seeing a special friendship is what I'm hearing. Like, there's going to be a special friendship. Either you're going to someone who's a special friend, and that's going to become closer, or you'll meet someone there. You'll meet someone there. It's going to be a wonderful, memorable time. It looks great.
There you go. And I think he's going with his husband, Frank.
Oh, well, there you go.
He, I would imagine there may be some spirit guides or something. So, Ben, I'm going to stick you right in there.
Thank you. So, Jonathan, thanks for your question. I feel like you're going to meet somebody. Are you going there at all to learn something? Or I feel like this person's going to be teaching you something. There's some sort of like, you're gaining some knowledge from somewhere at this place. And I see that in the Nine of Water as well. all I see is knowledge here, as if this person is passing some knowledge on to you. I did pull the Five of Water, so it might be that something does disappoint you, or something isn't quite what you thought it would be, but it's telling you to just focus on the task at hand. And it's going to be fine. You're going to have a nice time. But I get a sense that there's a teacher there that's going to be teaching you something. I don't know if that means anything to you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Ah.
I'm going to go and support what both Teri Lee and Ben have said, because in my reading, I have in the center, I have the King of Swords and the Magician. So they're like this. And on one side, we have the Queen of Wands. See if I can do this. And then on the other side, we have the King of Wands. And if you notice, both of the wands on either side are looking up, and they're looking at the cards in the center. So there, I believe, is a wonderful opportunity for you to, for the lack of a better term, to level up and to, to learn something new, to expand, or to understand at a deeper level.
Nice.
So
Nice.
there's that. Thank you, Jonathan. I hope that helps. And do we have time for one more for Cordis?
Sure, certainly. I do.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not asking Ben because he has to, he hasn't looked at his copy of the contract.
It's in my contract this time.
Oh, I should have known. I should have.
Yeah. Yeah. So Cordis said, by the way, if you do wish, have time to give me a reading, I'd like to add, I'm getting weird messages from my guides, a sense of discord around me too. Something is trying to come through and I cannot reach it. There may be another part of that which I have missed. So, and I can't go back that far. So, Court, if there is additional information, please let me know. Right. So what are we getting? Something is trying to come through and I cannot reach it. Oh, she asked, Cordis asked for a general reading. So I think this hones it in.
I'm hearing everything's fine, Cordis. I'm hearing that, but I'm also hearing that you need to ground. That I'm seeing what I do. That's how they're showing me. I go like barefoot whenever possible, and also take special moments. Like sometimes I'll step out in my backyard in the morning and in my bare feet and just visualize sending a beautiful cord down into the center of the earth. Decorate that cord, decorate it with jewels and flowers and all kinds of lovely things. Send that cord down into the center of the earth. And as you do, as you send it down, release that which does not serve you. Release, and you may be feeling some anxiety or some weirdness about this, but let it all go down to the center of the earth and let the earth take it. The shamans say that. Let the earth take it.
Mm-hmm.
And the earth will take it. And then what you do is you picture, if you can in your mind, red, the core of the earth, and draw up on the cord into your soul, into your solar plexus. And then take that moment to just breathe. And as you breathe, listen. I'm hearing that they're there with you and that they're also showing you signs. So what I'm hearing is if you don't understand what you're hearing, look for the signs. the signs will clarify what they're trying to tell you and guide you with. I think that's it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of energy. Ben, I'm putting you in there.
Yeah, so I got this one, Cordis. I feel like there's some sort of distraction going on, which is probably why you're not hearing things or things aren't reaching you. Can I ask, does that number mean anything to you? Because I'm very much drawn to that number, and I just wondered if that meant anything to you.
What's
But
the
I feel
number?
44.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering whether that's significant. And like Teri Lee was saying about signs, and I don't know about, I'm very drawn to that. But yeah, I feel there's some distraction going on here. And also, again, I pulled this card, and it feels like something needs to be released here. Almost something within you. And I think the guides are trying to say, the door's wide open. You can let yourself out here. You're not trapped. You can get out of something. Is your guide, a male guide? Because I have this card here, which just reminds me of it. And I'm drawn to this horse. Do you do horse riding, or is there some significance around horses? But this gentleman, I feel, is the guide. But I get a good feeling from this that things are going to be okay. Not to worry too much, but I think the reason there's some sort of closure with the communication is that there's just some distraction going on in your life at the moment. So yeah, but those symbols, the 44 and the horse, I don't know whether that means anything to you, but that's what I'm thinking.
Cordis said yes, and 222 pops up a lot, or 2222.
Okay.
So.
Oh wow, yeah, okay.
And Teri Lee, Calla Lizzie said that's an amazing ritual.
Oh,
so
it's powerful stuff.
Yeah, and so okay, so Cordis, I have the Page of Cups, and this was we were looking at. It's like something is trying to come through, and I cannot reach it. This is interesting because in this page, the spoon actually has holes in it, and so it's like perhaps you're not using the correct instrument to help you connect to it. And we have in the center here, we have the Two of Wands, because this is really what's trying to happen is it's trying to help you to have more power and to be able to protect yourself energetically. Very much a protection thing. And then we have two cards popped over. The one is the Three of Cups, and we had the Page of Cups at the beginning. And with this is remember the skills and the gifts that you have, and be willing to shift a little bit to try to use them in new ways. You're welcome, Betsy Palmer, saying protection, because we also have the Empress. And when I see this Empress, what I see is I very much see a very powerful woman, a shamaness, a teacher, someone who is perhaps an ancestor who is so skilled. She wants to teach you, but she's hiding her face with a fan, so you're not quite ready to see her completely, but you're getting closer and closer and closer. So it doesn't feel like it does not feel like it's a bad thing at all. It just feels like a thing, and it's about you getting used to and working with and using the blessings and the gifts you have in a way that allows you to connect in a different way, because the way you've done it previously needs to be updated a bit. And perhaps, Teri Lee, what you're saying is that idea of grounding will help with that. Because if it's a lot of water and a lot of emotion, you need some earth to help ground you.
Mhm.
So, but gosh, Cordis, I hope that helps. Boy, thank you both for being here. Teri Lee, what do you got coming up on your channel? Because I know everybody has liked and subscribed to your channel.
Oh, Gerald, you're wonderful. Before I promote, if I may,
Yes.
I want to thank you too. I feel such a loving bond with you two, just immediately comfortable with you. And your readings are so insightful. I just really enjoyed that very much. And of course, all the
Thank
people in
you.
the chat.
Terry, can I say, I really enjoy doing those readings, and I, for the first time in my life, felt connected to something, and because the discussion we had at the beginning about trusting your instincts,
Yeah.
and it's really helped me, that has, today. So I thank you for that, because I
Oh.
think you've really helped me there, and I felt very good with those readings, and that's thanks to you, because you've opened something up there for me. So thank you.
Of course, you're
really
welcome.
Gosh, this is lovely. There are some
Over the
beautiful. Yeah, I have to fan myself. I mean, it's just the heat. It's nothing else. So, Beth Esposito Rising said, I can't thank all of you, all three of you enough. My head hurts from it. That's how people with sun in Virgo and moon in Capricorn cry. And Cordis said, my ears are ringing and I feel dizzy at the moment. Well, take care of yourself. That's usually, for me, powerful information. Jonathan Daly said, thank you for the some amazing readings. And Medium Betsy Palmer, such a wonderful chat today. Thank you all. It has been wonderful.
Betsy.
I believe we were in sync.
Oh, yeah, we were. Could totally feel that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Lots of love. Thank you so much. I will try to reach Earth if I cannot leave physically, and touch Earth, by the way, and we'll perform the ritual.
Good. Give that a try, Cordis.
Yes.
I hope that helps.
Yes.
And to answer your promotion question, I prepared
And
this.
I'm gonna put you right there.
There we go. Tomorrow, my series, Walking in Two Worlds, with Kevin Lewis, the healing medium. And I'm very much looking forward to it. Have not met or chatted with him at all. So it's going to be a real discovery. And I'm sure I've seen him on other shows, and I'm sure everyone's going to love him. So check it out.
I'm looking forward to that, because he just started his channel recently.
Yes.
So that was amazing. Yeah, so it'll be good to see. I love that, Walking in Two Worlds. And eventually, I mean, because everybody's going to like and subscribe to your channel, and they will know when you and Betsy get together for that.
And Betsy, if you could go purevisionary@gmail.com, send me your info, and we'll get together.
Purevisionary.com. Yes. Yeah. So lots of energy. Ben, what do you got coming up?
Let me get my diary. No, I haven't got anything in the diary, I don't think, actually. Although, let me just see. So, potentially got something coming up with Mark from Astro Tarot Mark. I've got that right, haven't I? Astro.
Yes.
Tarot Mark. In the pipeline. And that's it, guys, for the moment. I haven't got anything else. But we've got summer solstice readings on the 24th, Gerald. I've got that in my diary.
Yes.
That's with you, Richie.
Yes.
So yeah, that's it for me so far.
Okay. So on my channel, Monday, I have Richie, Longman Tarot, and we are doing long stash conversation about Letha, which is the summer solstice. And then Wednesday is another bang up busy day for me, because it's Tuesdays with Tarot Stash, only on Jane the Seeker Tarot, 9 a.m. and I'm a guest there. And then Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, I am with Orshi, and we are doing paper clips and lollipops. And I'm looking forward to that. It's where we talk about everything except tarot.
It's a brilliant show, that is. I learned a
So,
lot about Orshi on that show.
yes, yes. Oh, seeing if people, they join us, they'll learn a lot about me. And then Jamie and I, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path, will do another installment of Back and Forth with Jamie and Gerald on Tuesday. So that is just a lot of fun. This is an hour later than before, so it's all good. So thank you, Teri Lee, very, very much. You have been a wonderful guest, wonderful human being, wonderful spiritual being, and wonderful visionary psychic. It's like, I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Thank you very much.
and you're very welcome. And Ben, you're okay.
Thanks. That's good. I mean, Teri Lee, that's good coming from Gerald. I mean, usually it's a lot more shade than that.
Oh, thank you, Cordis.
Yes, and Jonathan said, so great to meet you, Teri Lee.
Oh,
And, Ben and I might have some things coming up. Maybe we're the next duo. We'll see. So, bye, Patricia. Everyone, take care. Thank you. Everybody hang out for a minute in here, and then, anyhow, you know how it goes. So, thanks, everybody. Oh,
Bye.
bye.